Hello, everyone. I'm Rob Smith, the Smith of the Black Channel here at Ticker Talker, and we'll take a look here. But one of the things we like to say on a day like today is the good thing is we know what's happening. The bad thing is it's happening. And so here's what's going on. So we've talked about this week about so much conflict in the market, and some sectors going up, some things doing absolutely nothing. And so what that gives us here on the SPY is an inside day, right? Indecision coming in halfway through the week. We're still trying to stay above that inside week, but just can't get things going. Some things are going up, some things are going down. I can see an inside on the 15-minute. But so for the rest of the day, if we can't take out the highs or the lows, we can consolidate for the rest of the day. So you want to be real careful about watching that, right? If you go to the QQQ, you're going to see very similar, but still holding a little bit greener on the week, but and closer to not being an inside day up here. But if you go to the 60-minute, you're going to see this. Q's doing absolutely nothing. However, trying to work through that broadening formation. So Q's a little bit closer to taking that day out. So we'll be aware of that. If we go to Dow Jones, he's stuck. And look at this weekly range on a Wednesday. Look at that. It's like almost non-existent. It's like not even open. So you want to be aware of that. Now it goes inside to inside on the 60. Here's your 60-minute broadening formation to keep an eye on if they want to start taking that 60 up. We'll see. Small cappers, like I said, we're coming into the end of the month, and small capper is going to be potentially outside inside day, a little bit stronger, a nicer greener day, but in the grander scheme of things, still look at these weekly ranges, right? That's what you want to avoid. You want, when you come into Wednesday or something, you want to make sure you got something that's moving, bright green, bright red, stuff like that. So if we go to Wednesday, also is crude oil number day, and still an inside week here for crude. But you got a little bit of a push off of that. Here's your 60 to open, two down, and then boom, off the number, 2-2 reversal to the upside. But that's about all she wrote. And if you go down to 15, you see it comes up back to the previous range. These become an outside bar of all that, and then it exhausts by going into the highs, and then boom, inside down on the 15 and back in. So not much to see there. The story of today would be the memes, and that's going to be GameStopage. And GameStop, once again, we talked about this yesterday, coming through this, the inside month to the upside, right? Over 196.96, trading 239, not bad for a day and a half, right? Little gap and sit here, or little gap in advance, but now just kind of stuck in here, and we'll see what it has to say about this, the 60. That was a slight two up. So if they're going to bring this thing in at all, we'd have to take this out. 238.80 right now. It's still holding up in there. The memes, AMC. And AMC inside month again here. Over 12.22. Trade 19. Not a bad little month and trying to take all this kind of stuff out. So real nice there, and you can see this here. I think this was not an inside day. Oh yeah, it was. Boom, right there, and off she goes. Let them come in, and then boom, off she goes. Meme stock, and they're going down the food chain in that stuff a little bit. You've got a bloodbath coming up here, trying to take out the weak inside week here. Over 25.87. You've done that, so we'll see. You can see stuck in this monthly stuff, but all this is a good theme to see because a lot of things are doing nothing. So we got this to play with. You got Blackberry trying to hold up. Now here, and you can see this is a directional trade. It goes up, it goes inside on the 60, and it goes up again. And so when that happens, the magnitude is to take this out, right? Here, you're going to trigger these guys to trigger these guys. And it did it, and then it backs off. And that's where exhaustion risk comes in. You want it to stay up above there, or you just take your profits there and then let it reload. If we go to Tesla, and Tesla, so we knew about this, like a lot of things. This is a 2-2 reversal on the week. Here. Takes out the low, takes out the high, right? Boom, here. So for the rest of the week, we knew about 596.68. And then you had an inside day here yesterday. It was in the video last night. And you had an outside day first, take out both sides. Then you meet. So the magnitude on this was only to take this out. Here, 614.48. But because you have the weekly signal still good, that gives you a little more oomph because this thing is still good on a weekly basis. So we'll see if that sets up again for you as well. If we go to Triple D, and Triple D, we're looking for this to go outside of the month, which it did here. Takes out one side, then turns green here, right? And once it turns green, it starts moving up. We're looking to take that out and be an outside bar because we know outside bars exist, don't we? We do. So there it is. So it does its job. We'll see if there's anything more to it. Always tells you to look at SSYS here, and still got some distance on that to do that, but still off that weekly in the upper middle, you can see that was a 2 down, 2 up reversal, still working. It's still just creeping up with the Triple D, so you can keep an eye on that with the SSYS. If there are any themes at all as far as sectors are concerned to the upside, home builders, a little bit. At least they're taking out yesterday's highs, right? And so still inside in the week is ITB, but you got a couple in there trying to do something. Weyerhaeuser coming up a little bit. We can see if Weyerhaeuser can take this out here. 38.30 is what you'd want to take out to get that reversal on the weekly. Outside is a 3, 2 down, and then boom. If you can take that out, you're back into this old outside bar. That's something I'd want to know about. If we go to Toll Brothers, Toll Brothers here does it. All right, so here's what you're looking for. Toll Brothers now directional on the 60 here because it's an inside 60 over 64.88. It's taking that out right now because you have your reversal. There's your outside bar, 3, 2, 2 on the week for the rest of the week. Toll Brothers good over 62.74, right? Trading 64.92, not bad. If we go to the REITs, VNQ. And VNQ I talked about last night in the Strat Tech, and so here you've got your inside week to the upside, right? So that's still working, and you got a nice day working again here. So it stalled out yesterday, so we were like a lot of things we weren't sure what was going to happen. But then once it starts moving up, it gets AVBs here, AVB moving, still climbing all this kind of stuff. How's SPG? SPG coming up inside week, and you can see this outside week. Take out both sides. Inside. So the magnitude on this is still to take this high out. 128.25. So you got a little bit more on SPG. How about VNO? And VNO, not so much. And talked about letter O here because of the inside week to the upside, and that's still good. Now you got an inside 60 here to keep an eye on. And triple N here, and just kind of creeping a little bit, but you got this outside bar, then the 2 down, then the 2 up, right? So the magnitude's all the way up there. It might not do it this week because you look at this, you got this doji month, but we'll see. If we go to BXP, and BXP inside day to the upside, more REIT having a nice one, and inside month to the upside, now backing off a little bit on the 60, we'll see. If we go to Macerich, another one of them Reddit things, and that's taking the month up, so you can keep an eye on that too with those guys, with the REITs. If we go to gamers, you got LVS coming up here. So a bunch of subsectors. LVS backing off now, but it was having a nice morning. We'll see, and you can watch that with the win. We'll see. Okay, and let's see. I'm seeing TMUS come up here a lot. TMUS having a nice day here, and you can see that outside 60. Here, triangle the ouch, your broadening formation, and then boom, expanding. So now here, once again on the weekly, this is a 2 down by taking out the previous low. So TMUS could get some more steam over 140.47. You're almost there right now. So we'll keep an eye on that. If we go to Domino's Pizza. And Domino's Pizza, here, another lesson in magnitude. So you're going to see this here. The outside week, the inside week, and the magnitude was to take this out, which it did, right? But it did it like on a gap and then came back up. And now it's trying to go 2-2 reversal back up into on the daily. So once an outside bar, always an outside bar. And so we'll see if that can be strong enough to get anything going up there. If we go to Peloton. And Peloton having a nice little day. And once again, as we come into the end of the month, what is everything leaving us? And there's a lot of this. Inside month, breakdown. Magnitude was to take that out. It did it. Then went inside week. 212 reversal weekly to come back up. Now potential rev strat. 1, 2 down to take this out. So we got a few more days on that, but having a nice little day there is Peloton. If we go to NIU. And NIU, hammer, week to the upside. Once again, potentially setting up that rev strat month. Inside, then down. Magnitude achieved by that, and you got a little bit more out of it, which is nice. And just having a nice little day, stalling out on the 60. That's what you got to be careful of coming to afternoons of inside days. So oftentimes things dry up a little bit. If you go to LI, and LI now coming in, was having a nice morning, and you can see this, something we look for. An outside bar to the downside red, but then green to the upside. This means everybody got stopped out yesterday, and then boom, rocket ship back up. You can see it had this reversal on the weekly 2 weeks ago, 2 down, 2 up, and still going, and closer to taking out the highs of the month coming into the new month. If we go to EH, and EH, not doing too much, but having a nice little morning off these 60s. Boom, boom, boom. We'll see. If we go to UPST, and UPST, so when we're watching this, talked about this all week, when this started to fail to go outside bar of that, and then just ran out of time. Yesterday it finished the job, right? So if these two were one bar, it'd be an outside bar of all that. So it does its job, and then boom. Now you've got the 2 down, 2 up reversal on the daily for the rest of the day over 146.72. Right? You're just barely holding on to that. We'll see if that sets up again. If we go to OMI, and OMI, oh my, here she come. And what's this, weekly? Same pattern. Inside bar, poke down, hit magnitude, reversal, 212 rev strat. Boom, back through the previous range, and it just guns right through there. Then you got your inside 60 to take it up again. So we'll see if that sets up again for you. If we go to SFIX, and SFIX having a nice little day, and once again looking to be an outside month down here in the lower middle. All right, take out 53.65. You got a little bit left on that, and you can see how it ticked down slightly in the weekly. There was your 2-2 reversal coming back through the previous range. Having a nice day, gunned it pretty fast, so we'll see if that sets up again as we go by. If we go to BGFV, and BGFV, inside week to the upside. Still working on a nice long green monther. Stalling out like a lot of things up here after racing up pretty quick, but we'll see if that sets up again. If we go to a little boring, but you got the bonds, TLT. TLT, inside week to the upside. And is working dailies, just stalled out, huh? Okay. If we go to go-to, and go-to on the gap list, here, this is what we look for. It gaps down, but then goes 2 down, 2 up reversal on the 60. That's why I teach people to stay on the 30 and 60s. Good over 1776, trading 1913, not bad. LIZI coming up here. Little Lizzie, little thin Lizzie here and right there, inside 60. We'll see more if that comes. You got that inside week to the upside. Downside, Gapper, PDD. There you go. That's what I'm talking about. If you go to like 15 or 30, you'll see this outside 3-2 to the downside. Smash that thing. Other than that, it's a couple of themes we've been watching. Is that some of the biotechs. BIIB still puking. Look at that. Boom. 2 inside bar Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. That's what we like to see. Amgen here, taking out last week's low, still having problems over there. We had ZBH coming back through a previous range, having problems. Taking out that inside week to the downside. We had news on Amazon going to set up their own pharmacies, physicals, and that hit Walgreens and CVS, but they're starting to come back on that. Other than that, we'll leave it at that. Like I said, inside days all over the place. Be careful. Things can dry up. Try and find things that are on the move. I am out tomorrow, but I will be back here on the Headset Friday for Cheapo Option Friday. Hope everybody has a great day. I'm Rob Smith, the Smith and the Black Channel, here at Ticker Talker with a Strat Time Report.